reservist guardsmen that were forced to be AWOL'd because there was documents that came down and said these people can't drill for a certain time. Um, so they would have had bad years, missed drills, AWOL'd. This is how they got rid of people. They forced them not to come to drill and then they AWOL'd them. And then that's how they proceeded to process them out, pending on the state, pending on the commands, depending on when they started this on soldiers. Some were actually forced out, and then some, because of the reversal in 2023, it just depended. There's a timing thing with all the reserve Army reservists and Army National Guardsmen in that case. So
That's a I had no idea about that. So they were actively keeping people from showing up so that they could charge them with AWOL?
yeah, in the this is how it happened in the Guard. I think so. Okay, so you guys in the active components, right? They just ended you. They started the, separation procedures because they had it from the secretaries. The Guard presents a unique issue where you essentially have 50 states. All these different adjutant generals are appointed by the governors. That's the only part that makes it like state feel. However, the soldiers are all paid by the federal side. And so there's this give and take relationship between the federal and the state side. Um, this federal doesn't like to interfere with the states too much. But in this case, Lloyd Austin made a memo very direct to the the reserves and to the Guard state saying you will do this and here's the procedures that are going to be followed. The nasty underhanded procedure that was used for the soldiers, I'm just going to say soldiers, troops, but was to say you can't come to drill because you're a disease, right? You're unvaxxed. Well, you can't come to drill. Then what they did was they coded them AWOL. And over, I think missing three drills or four drills, whatever it is, the admin junkies know, you eventually were AWOL'd out. So that's how they underhandedly punished you. So now the National Guard is saying, we never, we didn't have the authority to ever
No,
separate anybody.
we would
Okay.
never do that.
Right. We didn't do that. We didn't actually involuntarily. Well, yes, you did. You underhandedly absolutely did do that. Now, right now, I seem to be the only guy in the nation, because I'm at the front of the pack coming through the corrections board. I actually have a document that says involuntarily released from full-time AGR service. Okay, that's the title of the document. Involuntary release. And then when you go to read it, it's not following lawful orders for COVID bullying, COVID conspiracy,
COVID bullying.
giving out different directives than the commander for COVID stuff. Okay, so it's all COVID vax refusal crap. Well, I was 100% correct. I was on the lawful side. And now the National Guard Bureau says there's no such thing as me, except I have the document. And, now the Department of War and the task force has, I've already given this to the court, which is the Army Corrections Board. They sided with me. They gave me relief. They said how to fix me, right? I'm having to reproduce these documents, and it's a little frustrating. I'm finding it incredibly frustrating that I have to validate myself all the time, especially with people that are supposed to, or a organization that's supposed to be on my side. For example, the Department of War, who has made all these processes available for us to be reinstated. Now I'm have to justify myself again by releasing this document that the board has already decided on. It's crazy.